The land of the free with the words you and me. My peace of mind outweighs the value of every jewelry. The business of love is above what love truly means. That it usually gave me nourishment when I didn't have food to eat. Enemy to no one, whether you are the one or the chosen one, even during spiritual warfare. Just have a little fun. Because when this life is over and it's all said and done, that we make it to heaven, we experience the second half of love.
Hey, soulmates, it's your favorite queen. Welcome back to QC, guys. Today is episode 9 of the show. I do have a guest joining me shortly, but first, I want to discuss some interesting current detail topics, y'all. Let's talk about Trump. Okay, let's talk about Trump and Kamala, first of all. Let's talk about the election in general. I am not big on politics, right? But my show is pre-recorded. I'm going to predict that Kamala Harris is going to win the election. If Trump wins, let's pack our bags and go to Canada, yo, because I don't know what's going to happen. But I just wanted to touch base on that and share with you guys that I'm very happy as a female to be part of this huge historical moment that is happening in our country currently, okay? So let's go ahead and jump right into the show. My guest today is a very, very lovely, talented individual. He is a singer, songwriter. He also has a beautiful hidden talent that he's going to be revealing for me today on the show, all right? He also has a bunch of super interesting life practices, and I cannot wait to talk about them. Like, I have so many questions for him around them. So welcome to QC, Devontae St.Clair. Woo! Come on down. Woo. Welcome, welcome. Get comfortable. Yes, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Make sure you're talking to Mike. We want to hear all the juicy things you have to say.
Absolutely.
All right, you comfortable? You good?
Comfortable, absolutely.
All right, fantastic.
Yes.
So, how was the commute here? Thank you for coming, first of all. Thank you for coming to Staten Island to see me.
Yeah, you, of course. I'm glad. I don't normally take the boat for anyone. So
I know, right? Tell him about the commute, guys. Let me tell y'all. First of all, he's going to tell you guys about his commute in a second, but I wanted to share that I'm from Staten Island. I've shared that plenty of time on the show. Staten Island is one of the 5 boroughs of New York City, guys. So without Staten Island, New York is not a city, pretty much. But but we are so far from everybody else. We are so far from Brooklyn, Queens, all of them. So we have to take like a boat to get, because Staten Island, we're an island. Got to take a boat or a bridge to connect to it. So I'm so grateful to all of my guests that come from the other boroughs to be on my show. This is one of them. But tell them about your commute. How was it?
Well, I thought there was buses that were working on the way over here.
What? Hey, listen, don't play us now. There are buses. What do you mean?
But then the map told me that there was no buses coming over here, so I was like, I had to take the ferry.
But the ferry, did you enjoy the ride? How was the ride?
It was alright. It was soothing.
How was 1 to 10? How was it?
It was. I'll give it a good 6.5.
Oh my God!
Why? Because when I
what?
was a kid, when I was 10, 9, it had the colors. Now it has these nice little wooden colors.
Oh, you got on the new boat.
Calm green.
Oh, okay,
like,
yeah.
This is nice.
They made it boring. They made it adultish.
I like that though. I like it. It's not giving lollipop and cotton candy no more.
Is it your first time on Staten Island?
No, I used to spend a lot of nights out here with my family, friends and family of mine that used to grow up on a block I was raised on called President Street in Brooklyn, New York. So, yeah, when they moved out here, I spent a lot of nights out here, sleepovers, family soirees, and yeah, I was the kid that tagged along with the grown kids when they need grocery bags.
He's trying to grow fast. He was one of those kids. No.
Nah, but yeah, if you know, if you're from
He
the
was being
hood,
fast. He was being fast.
I didn't want to.
I
Like
didn't
you ain't gotta be cool to grow it fast. But you know, if they needed extra hands to bring the bags of ice,
Right. Oh, okay.
for the coolers and the coal for like the barbecue, that's what I was doing as a kid. Yeah,
Okay.
I had to do something. You know.
Cool. Well, let's talk about your beautiful talent as a
Yes.
singer. You are a singer,
Yes.
songwriter.
Singer.
Tell me more about that. How's that journey been for you?
Singer, songwriter, rapper.
Oh no, you
Yeah.
rap?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yes, I'm a rapper.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yes, I got.
I love rap music.
You love rap music. I know you do. You love Kanye. That's why. We love Kanye, and yeah, the journey for me started when I saw Pac. Like not knowing that he passed, but knowing that Pac was such a great inspiration to me. I just knew that someone that looked like me gave me an opportunity not to only love being a black man, but to have a voice, or just know that having a voice in music meant something to me. I didn't know I didn't know it was just a thing that I wanted to imitate, but to me it felt like a calling, because everyone does rap today and music today. But at that age, I knew it was like a calling of just what we're naturally good at, but what do I want to say? So
Right. Knowing, finding your voice.
yeah,
kinda
like
thing, yeah.
do I want to just let people have fun, or do I want people to feel good?
Well, oh, right. Like the kind of
Yeah.
music, even. Okay.
Do I want people to feel something?
Right.
Than just make them. And that's why when I saw Pac, and he's like #1 on my dead or alive, you
List.
know, and he said something, despite how he made you feel good or boisterous, or felt like untouchable, even though he passed away. He still has something to say about our people, and just
Right.
what we were
right.
supposed to feel as a people. you know,
Right.
So
Oh yeah, he had a lot to say about our
Yeah.
people. All good stuff. Yeah, a lot of lessons.
yeah,
Mm.
and it really brought me to just developing my voice, talent shows from school production, and then I had to find my own voice as an artist. I had to go through 3 different names until I landed the Shea Buddha name.
Yes, I love that name. Yes.
And
Sure.
and I think I told you this before, but I felt that even having that name, like what that name would have meant for me, as far as what comes along with the name, just my beliefs, or just me loving that everyone has a common goal in peace. So for me, I didn't want to feel timid, but I wanted to know that I'm coming from a good place, knowing that we all have a common goal to want peace together. You know, even if I believe in God and believe in Jesus, I chose the name because we're black as well, and Shea Butter comes from Africa.
Right. I was gonna say, is
Yeah.
it Shea Butter or is it Buddha? Is
It's-
it religion?
It's
Buddha?
whatever. It's whatever you want to pronounce it.
Okay, so
because
it's open to interpretation.
it's
That's
open
cool.
to interpretation.
Okay.
But we still come from the motherland, and I love to play on words and show that we all
Yes, you do.
have a common goal, and our common goal is peace. I don't want us to divide what our common goal is, knowing that we all want to make it to the same place on earth, even though where we go afterwards is a whole nother thing. But
Right.
while we're here,
Mhm.
we all should work on that same goal, which is to protect each other, have a certain amount of freedom, where
Right.
we all respect, love each other, and have boundaries for each other, and just live independently. You know?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, and I'm sure that comes throughout your music and throughout your work.
Yeah.
What would you say you focus on, rapping or singing more so?
Singing was first.
Okay.
Not because I wanted to entertain women and the ladies. I did not do it for that reason.
Okay. I know.
But singing for me, like my mom always played as a '90s baby. She played a lot of Lauryn Hill, Mary J.
Okay.
Blige. What else? Luther. And I heard these voices. To me, they used to annoy me because I had to go to sleep listening to
The
them.
songs?
Yeah, I'm just
Right.
telling you where my
How you grew up.
where my 7-year-old
7-year-old.
brain was at. I could not. It took me 2 hours to go to sleep sometimes because I kept hearing the same song every night. But that was my start to wanting to actually sing.
Sing, right.
And if I saw the younger talent, like in the early 2000s, like Usher, like, cause I'm young too, so I'm like, oh, this is a young man's game too. Like, oh, let me get into singing, and then it made me appreciate everyone that came before, right,
Right,
after
right.
that. So I was just like, oh snap, all right, this is like an art. Like, you have to have pride into this. Like, you can't do it just to be cool. Like, you gotta love R&B. You gotta
Right,
love
you gotta
singing.
understand.
You gotta love the skill of singing. You gotta
Mhm.
have breath control. So yeah,
Right.
it's
That's cool.
Yeah,
So where do you see yourself in the future with music?
yeah. I do see myself. Like, I'm inspired by artists. I feel like even talents that have great voice or great rapping are just known basically for that. Maybe have a good writer on their side, but for me, being an artist and having like a vision, like the Spike Lees of the world, or Spike T, like Tiana Taylor, like they work on the artistry of their music.
Right.
Because even though you may have the skill, like,
Mhm.
you want to visually produce what you love about your experience as a black person, or
Right.
your experience as a black male, a lover, future father figure. Because I'm gonna be a father one day, not now, but
Right. Oh,
when
that
it-
was gonna be my question
yeah.
down the line. It's the kids.
When it get, but this in artistry, you want to just show that, okay, I can. This is art, and representing yourself in an artistic way gives a lot of depth to just what makes you special as a music artist than just someone with talent.
Right.
So yeah.
I like that. Well, let's move on to my
Mhm.
favorite part of your life. Yeah, no, I don't know if it's my favorite part, but it's absolutely, definitely the most interesting. I would say, yes.
Yeah. It's a,
Poly glamour. I can't say it the right way. I don't know what's the right political term, but so I'm just gonna say poly. You are polyamorous. He is
Yeah.
polyamorous. So,
Yes.
May, tell us about that. What does that look like for you? What does that look like?
I think I love that I get to do this right now. I ain't gonna say that. I'm lucky and blessed to even talk about this right now. Polyamory for me is something I thought about when I got into the art community, the spiritual community, and I just saw it from my friends, and I was just thinking, like, I see myself as these guys that are having this love and multiple love, because you bounce off of different energies, and you feel kind of whole with these certain, like, with these energies, these multiple love interests, and you just like, damn, you kind of feel complete no matter who you're bouncing off of. So I kind of feel like, you know what, like, this is natural to me. So I felt like, okay, how can I start? I fell in love, and then that's when I got into polyamory, like fully committed. I had to learn, whether it was hard, whether it got depressing at certain points.
Okay, so you fell in love. Did you
yeah.
fall in love with a polyamorous person?
Yes.
Okay, so that was the beginning of the journey. You fell in love with somebody that was, and then that person then introduced you and taught you about it, pretty much.
They held my hand.
Held your hand, okay, and what? Okay.
Held my hand, and then.
So prior to the person, is it something that you thought about, ever thought that you would be into, want to do, or?
Yes, prior, just because I just saw everyone do it, and the moment I fell in love, I then knew that I had to learn and mess up and even have jealousy at sometimes, because even jealousy naturally comes. But yeah, I had to make mistakes. I had to learn how to learn the language, the verbiage, the boundaries as well.
Right. I was gonna say, speaking of mistakes, what are some of the challenges, I'll say, with the whole lifestyle?
One of the challenges, I feel like for everyone that is in the poly community, hey poly community,
Hey, hey,
one of the biggest challenges is knowing who, first and foremost, who you're investing your time with.
right.
You can't just invest your time with anyone.
Okay, so wait a minute before we go on. Paint a picture for me. Like,
Yeah.
is it like, okay, is it two women, and are there rules? Like, do you stop at after a certain amount of women? How many women would you want it to be? Like, how?
And that's the thing, poly. I tell my friends this all the time, especially when they see me and they try to figure out how does this work.
Right.
Like to me, it's mostly about the mindset. The mindset is the most important part of being poly in general, whether you're polyamorous, polyandry, polygamy. It's the mindset, and it's not what you go for to practice it. It's the mindset.
Okay.
And then you start with yourself first, and then you know who you will invest your time with, and then it's a journey too. You let it be a journey. You don't let it be, okay,
So
first day poly, I need to, like, if I'm living the life like vegans when they first become vegan, like where's all the restaurants at? Like,
right.
like I cook meat off cold turkey.
Don't come for the vegan community.
No,
Okay?
no. But you ain't gotta go after it. Like we talking about human beings at
Right,
the end of the day.
Okay,
like,
so
love
from
is
what if I understand what you're saying is you don't really have any like rules or set things around it. You just will be building off of the person or along with whoever you're with at the time and whatever that person's mindset is. If it correlates with your mindset.
When it's natural, yeah. And
if it's natural.
And if you like, just like me, I was coming from a monogamous mindset, going into a polyamorous mindset. So if you're falling in love with someone, you don't just do it because they're poly. And people say, oh, it's easy because they're poly. But it is about someone that's willing, or like even in the mindset to even adapt and just say, okay, this is my person that I'm learning to have a poly lifestyle with, and I'll adapt with that.
But that's like, okay, so you get one person to understand the mindset, and then comes another person. Like, that's so much work. I can't imagine. Like, I don't mean to sound judgmental because I don't like to judge. Like, but I can't imagine that lifestyle because it's like so much work just even dating one person. So it's like trying to understand one person, and then you finally understand that person. You guys are on the same page. You're on the same mindset, and then you have to introduce another person.
So this is my favorite thing about that part. I start putting God into it now.
Right. Like, okay. So I was gonna say, does it? And then what does the religion play in? So you are, because I know you're very religious. So you choose you incorporate, I should say, your religion into that lifestyle, and what you walk me through that.
I believe in God as much as I pay attention to the Word, and I learn a lot from the Word. I choose learning the Word and talking to God separate from like having like a particular religious practice. And I talk to God a bunch of times about being poly and just why it's for me. And it just shows me, okay, this is how God made my heart. Like, because it is a heart-based practice. Like, people think it's like a fleshly desire to like be with another person and all that. That's just the challenges of it. But it's really a heart-based.
It always comes down to flesh. So at the end of the day, we're not gonna. You're gonna be with multiple women. We're not gonna.
There be some beautiful women that turn me off. They be turning me off. I will stay single if I have to. If it means being with someone that God has given me like a real
connection with.
Like, if God knows, like, yo, I'm introducing to you. Like, I'll use you as an example. Like, Joe, like, you see her? You see how y'all chemistry is going right now? Like, thank me later. And God be like, you sure, God? Like, yeah. Like, don't be questioning me. Just do it. Don't be questioning me. Just go for it. You know?
Boy.
Like, I think people, if they don't know how to talk to God, especially, I don't care what relationship you're into. I mean, lifestyle you're into, monogamy. Listen to God, and God will send that. Just because God's our Father, know the beginning and ending. He's gonna know who you're gonna end with. Like, if he knows the end further away from when we pass on, he's gonna know the end of who is gonna equally yoke us till we pass away.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm very religious, so I'm not. Well, I wouldn't say I'm very religious, but
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
pray a lot.
Mhm.
I was raised Catholic. I do have a good relationship with God, I believe. But you're very religious. You took it a step farther. You took it a step farther by fasting. You do a lot of fasting. Tell me about that. How often do you fast, and how does that work?
This is my year of fasting, 2024, baby.
You just started that journey, the fasting aspect.
It started in 2021, and then I learned a lot about what I was going through with my health. So thank God that I'm surviving 3 years of leaky gut, meaning that I would have died and no doctor could have helped me. So that's how I made it to this couch right now. Thank God. And
I'm so sorry to hear.
yeah. I through that process, through that whole year, I learned, okay, let's get back into it. Like, since I know how to take care of my gut now, and I feel like if I didn't do that earlier practice, I wouldn't have heard God tell me to change this lifestyle, change this eating pattern, because the doctors ain't gonna help you out. So I felt like, damn, and I'm just learning this in real time. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was gonna curse for a little bit, but I'm learning now in real time, in this moment, that if I didn't fast my first fast in 2021, I wouldn't have heard God tell me, change this about yourself so that you can still live here on this earth. And that's when I realized, okay, let me start putting it back into my lifestyle. The beginning of this year being on my
Like a regular
New Year's resolution, not because fasting is so beautiful and it helps regenerate new cells in your body, but because it makes you a prayer warrior.
Right.
It makes you a prayer warrior. When your body's not focused on digesting food, the spirituality awakens itself, and you get to have that direct message from God. Like, you get to hear God, like how we receive things when our intuition tells us something. Like, it opens up wider so that we can actually hear what God is actually telling us. So that's why I started practicing fasting more, because I want spiritual protection through the spiritual warfare of just what we go through on a daily basis.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Like, no, for real. Toodles to you. Because, like I said, I pray a lot. I mean, I'm religious. I have a good relationship with God. But fasting would be something, that would be a challenge for me. That would be something like, I'm
know.
like snacking and eating There's a lady at my job that fasts. And she does it so consistently. She's from Egypt. Yeah, I love her. She's one of my favorite people at my job, but she does that consistently, and it's just so beautiful watching how what's the word, discipline she is about it. Yes, it takes a lot of discipline. That's why I'm like, kudos to you, because I don't know, God help me. Give me the sign, God. I do whatever you want me to do, Lord, but give me the sign.
They said pimping ain't easy.
Yeah.
Fasting.
Fasting,
Our work's pimping by miles.
But listen, we got people like you. We got people like Devontae, to do that journey for us. You're fasting for the both. You're fasting for the both of us.
For the both of us, for the whole family. Right.
That's awesome. Okay, so guys, I told you guys in the beginning of the show that he has a beautiful hidden talent that he's going to be revealing to us today. He is amazing with words. He display his wordplay in his music, of course. He's writing his songs and such, but today he's going to be displaying that wordplay in a different form, in the form of a poem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't wait.
I normally don't do poetry, but I'm prepared because it's you at the end of the day. It's her. And yes, I kind of want to do a painting thing with this poetry.
Oh.
So I know that you specialize in that. So
why don't look at that? Thank you. We out here looking professional with it.
yes, you treat your body like a canvas, and you do such a good job at painting yourself. So
Oh,
she does.
You would like me to paint my body for you while you do the poem?
Paint your body for me, okay?
Awesome.
Do it while I do some poetry with you.
I love it. I love it. We're going to do it. Bringing a pink job for the poet St.Clair. So, guys, hold on. Give it a second. We're going to do a set change. I got my paint. I always have my paint with me. I have it in my makeup bag right there. So, I'm going to give us a second. We're going to cut, and we're going to be right back. I'll do a set change, and we're going to do some portrait and some painting. Ooh. Hey, soulmates. Welcome back. I got my paint. my paintbrush ready. We are going to do some poem and painting. Ooh. This is St.Clair the poet. Okay, go crazy. I'm going to get started with this.
All right. This has no name, but I will get into it. If the concrete rose is my humble abode, the soil is the mother that gave me a home. The loneliness hurts, but being alone is the goal. So that the more you know God, you can never be alone. The mistakes aren't supposed to feel like a bone break. Learning is a gift, not a soul ache. We know the temperature has no flavor, but the tone can have a cold taste. The land of the free, with the land of the free, with the words you and me. My peace of mind outweighs the value of every jewelry. The business of love is above what love truly means. That it usually gave me nourishment when I didn't have food to eat. Enemy to no one, whether you are the one or the chosen one. Even during spiritual warfare, just have a little fun. Because when this life is over and it's all said and done, that we make it to heaven, we experience the second half of love.
Whoa.
And that's what the name of the poem actually is. Second half of love.
Second half of love. Ooh, I have to do a heart to end that up. That was beautiful.
We're experiencing, the concept was pretty much we're experiencing the first half of love on this earth, and the second half of love is when we transition out of this life. So we get to complete the whole love when we transition.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love that. Thank you
she really
so
means
much.
It too. She really means
Did
it.
I do. Of course I did.
Yeah.
I love all your beautiful talents. Your lovely wordplay. How do you like the paint job?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I was trying to get, well, I told you I did the heart. I was trying to get some flowers.
Yeah.
Going a little vine, because I heard something about a rose.
Every canvas in this room is jealous. They jealous. They
Thank you.
I could have done a better job. No, it's a beautiful black woman. You couldn't have done a better job. I'm sorry.
St.Clair the poet, everybody. Thank you so much, Devontae. Thank you for coming on the show. It was amazing having you. I can't wait to have you back to some more.
I'm coming back.
Yes, he's coming back, guys. So get used to that phase, okay? Thank you, soulmates, for watching. Make sure everybody subscribe to the YouTube, follow on Instagram, and I will see you guys next time on QC. Bye, soulmates.